Hey there. Have you ever wanted to learn the English phrases that you'd actually use, in real life? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to cover everything you need to say from the moment you wake up till your head hits the pillow.
Because that's the goal, right, isn't it? To feel comfortable and confident no matter what's going on. So if you're ready to unlock that, you are definitely in the right place. Let's jump right in. Instead of just memorizing a boring list of words, we're going to try something a little different today. We're going to follow a character through their day and see the real situations they get into, and we'll learn the exact phrases they use. It's just a way more natural way to learn. Okay, first things first, the morning. Let's see how our character says hello to the world and, gets their day started off on the right foot. So imagine this. Our character steps outside and immediately bumps into a neighbor. This is that classic, simple exchange you'll have all the time. It just starts with a friendly good morning and how are you? The polite thing to say back is I am fine, thank you, and you can wrap up the chat with a warm have a nice day. And just like that, you've had a perfect, friendly interaction. Easy, right? So what about talking about your own routine? You can describe it in a really simple sequence. You could say something like, first, I wake up at 6, then I take a shower, eat breakfast, and finally, I pack my bag. See, it's super simple, direct, and perfectly clear. Before heading out, our character takes a peek out the window. And here's a little pro tip for you. Talking about the weather is a universal conversation starter. A simple comment like, the weather is nice, is such a perfect, low-pressure way to start talking to pretty much anyone. All right, we're out the door and on the move. This next part is all about navigating the world, getting where you need to go, and knowing exactly what to say if you get, well, a little lost. Hey, it happens to the best of us. Our character is in a new part of town, they're looking at their map, and yeah, they're a bit lost. But no worries. This is the perfect chance to learn some incredibly useful English phrases. So, how do you ask for help without feeling awkward? This simple phrase is your key. Please show me the way. It's respectful, it's direct, and it just works. And remember, there's absolutely no reason to feel embarrassed about asking for help. And the directions you get back, they're usually just as simple. You might hear something like, go straight, then turn left, and turn right. And finally, you'll hear those magic words, stop here. With just these few phrases, someone can basically draw a map for you using only words. But how long is it going to take to get there? To find out, you can just ask, is it far? And hopefully, you'll get a nice, reassuring answer like, no, it is very near. Knowing this just helps you manage your time and your expectations a little better. Okay, our characters successfully found their way to a local shop. Now it's time for a few errands, which means we're going to need a whole new set of phrases for the store. This might just be the most important question you can ask in a store. You see something you like, you pick it up, and you ask the shopkeeper, how much is this? Pretty much everything else in the transaction starts with this one simple question. Okay, so you've heard the price. What's your reaction? If it seems a little high, you could say, this is very expensive. But if you found a great deal, you can say, this is cheap. These are great simple phrases for sharing what you think about the price. Let's imagine our character is trying on a shirt. If it's a little tight, they can ask, do you have a bigger size? And if it's too loose, well, the opposite question works. Do you have a smaller size? It's the perfect way to find exactly what you're looking for. Okay, decisions made. Let's walk through those final steps. First, you just state what you want. I want to buy this. Next up, you got to pay. You can ask, do you accept cards? Or just say, here is the cash. And finally, it's always a good idea to ask, please give me a bill for your records. And just like that, the purchase is complete. Whew, after all that navigating and shopping, our character is getting hungry. So it's time to find a place to eat and then head home to relax. Let's look at the phrases we need for dining out and winding down. Ordering a meal is really just a simple 4-step process. First, you gotta see your options. Can I see the menu? Then you place your order. I would like a coffee. If you're enjoying the food, it's always nice to give a compliment like, the food tastes good. And when you're all finished, you just say, please bring the bill. It's a smooth and really simple interaction. But what if you want to describe the taste a bit more? If it has a lot of kick, you can say, this food is spicy. On the other hand, if it's a little boring, the word you're looking for is bland. Being able to describe food is a really great way to share your experience with other people. Ah, the day is finally coming to an end. Back at home, our character is starting to feel that familiar yawn. And the perfect way to express this is super simple. I am feeling sleepy. It's the universal signal that it is time for bed.
But wait, the day isn't quite over. There's still time for a quick call with a friend. Our final section covers those essential words we use to connect with people by sharing our feelings and opinions.
So a friend asks, "How was your day?" You have so many ways to answer. For the good moments, you could say, "I am happy," or "I am excited." After a long day, it's totally natural to say, "I feel tired." Or maybe, even though you're tired, you just feel great. The important thing is just to share how you're feeling. That's how we connect. Conversations are also about sharing what you think. And it's actually very simple. If you share someone's point of view, you can say, "I agree with you." And what if you have a different perspective? You can just politely say, "I don't agree."
And let's end with a phrase that's about more than just words. It's about a feeling of optimism and reassurance. Whether you're saying it to a friend who's having a tough time, or maybe just reminding yourself as you learn this new language, it's a powerful thought. Everything will be fine.
So there you have it. An entire day's worth of essential English, from a simple good morning all the way to a reassuring everything will be fine. We've covered a lot of ground. So now the real question is, which of these phrases are you going to use first? Thanks so much for joining me.